Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to one of the easiest essence farms you are ever going to find for OceanBlock 2. Now, this simply, all you need is power, some water, a place to store everything, and some garden cloches with whatever soil you want. Shadow Pulse is just the fastest, so we're using it for the tutorial. So, how does this work? It's quite simple. We use a label gun. This label gun determines where everything comes from and where everything goes. We are basically saying, pull power from here, input it into here. As you see, everything's full of power. Then we're going to say, hey, pull the water from here and also input it into here. Quite simple. Then the last thing we need to do is simply pull items from here and input them into the controller. So how do we do that? We do that with this program right here. So let me build this and walk you through exactly how we do this. We're simply just going to start by putting down a factory manager and some garden cloches. Doesn't matter how many we use. We can use 5. We can use 50. It does not matter. Hook these up with some cable. And now it is important. We need to be on this top section here. If we go down here, we cannot pull items out. So we must go on this top row right there. What else do we need? Well, we need some water. That's very simple. Hook that up. And last but not least, we need an energy cell and, well, a place to store everything. And let me just lock those so they're all hooked up. And we're pretty much done. Last thing we need to do is set some labels. So we right-click the label maker and we need to set these cloches to be close. So you just type it in. If you don't like it, you can just re-click and it's going to get rid of it. Boom. Those are all the garden cloches. Now we need somewhere to store everything. Let's just say item storage. Boom. Hooked it up. We need a power. Bingo. And then we need water. Boom. Next thing we need to do, if we highlight over this, it tells us if we hold shift, right click, factory manager to push labels. That's what we want to do. So we're going to push labels, but it doesn't matter because we don't have a program in here yet. So to get started, we need to do something every single time. So every 20 ticks, that's once a second. And then we need to hit do. And what do we want to do? Well, we want to input forge. It doesn't need to be uppercase. Ooh. Forge energy. And we need to take it from power, which we just set the label for. Then we need to output the forge energy to the cloches because they need power. Simple, right? Next, what we need to do, we need to input water. From water, as we named it, we did uppercase it. And we need to output, same thing, fluid water to cloche. Simple. Now, I am going to put a forget here. That way, for the next part, when we're just taking items out of something, it's very easy. We need to input from the cloches. That's spelled really weird. Now, we need to be very specific here. When we do the items here, it has to have a directional side. So these are all pointing into the south side. We need to output from the north side. This is a very, very important thing. So we're just going to put north side. That's very important. It will not pull items otherwise. We need to output to item storage. And we need an end. That's it. So this thing is set and ready to roll. We right click to push labels. And these should start getting power and water. As we see, they are. Now, if you use like a plug or something, this has limits to how much it'll pull. So that's why this power is going up very slowly, but it's fast enough for what we're doing. Next, we'll just grab a whole bunch of seeds. Let's just go sapphire. It doesn't matter what you do. You do nether star, cyanite, nether star, netherite. It don't matter. Simply put it in and we'll watch the beauty happen. Pulls it in and items are simply just getting stored in the controller. Extremely, extremely easy. So, we got 2 more seeds left. How do we go about adding them to the system? Well, this is very easy. We're simply just going to put down 2 more. Put the inventory cable across. We can put these in right now if we want. And then simply we can just right click. It remembers what we have in here for labels. So we can just say, hey, we want the cloche. Let's add 2 more. What all do we got to do now? We just got to simply right click to push the labels. And as you see, we're getting power and essence perfectly. This thing is infinitely scalable and it is absolutely great. I use this on my world and it is fantastic. As you see, it takes 0.2 of a millisecond to run. So, I mean, it's not laggy at all. But let's say, you built another machine and you don't have the labels anymore. How do we go about getting them back? Well, if we shift click on here, if it says right click factory manager while sneaking to pull labels. So we simply right click, and as you see, we have all of the labels back. Extremely easy. This mod is underrated, and I hope this helps you guys. And it's very easy to make. I mean, the hardest thing here, factory manager, inventory cable, black dye, that's floating around everywhere. This disc is probably the hardest thing you got to make. But let me tell you, it is far worth it. I am growing probably like 20 seeds using this exact same setup on my single player world for the Let's Play. So if you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and I hope to see you guys in the next tutorial.